Honda HRC. You guys want to start with Jett, a Honda? Because we got two 450 rookies
Let's
here.
go Honda.
Hang on, I'm going to start with just HRC Honda in general.
Okay,
Oh,
great.
okay.
Dude, on top of the world, like, can you imagine being a part of that organization right now?
Oh,
You imagine Chance Hymas
Crazy.
going, I have all the opportunity in the world, and I'm just starting my career.
So, I would like to make a motion
oh boy.
that we change the name of HRC Honda to HRCL Honda because whatever the Lawrences ask for, they get. That is their team.
I'm still on the conspiracy train that they're going to leave and go to Ducati because Ducati's going to pay them an ungodly amount of money.
You think so?
Yep.
I've never been on board with that. But
I think
get
What
what
kind
you're
of
saying.
money do you think Ducati is bringing?
So I think next
lot.
I think next year they're going to pay Roxon an easy $2 to $3 million to ride for them when they premiere the bike.
God, that's a big amount. Like Villapoto is only getting $2 million.
They have
only.
They have Lamborghini money, bro. So I think they're going to pay Roxon $2 to $3 million next year to ride that bike to premiere it, and then I think the following year when the Lawrence brothers contracts up, so 2026.
Hang on, you think Lamborghini money, Ducati money is more than Honda money?
Yes.
Even on the car side of things, if they bring budget in from that side.
That side, I don't know.
But
Honda
but they
is
don't they don't mix that.
Honda as a whole is a way bigger company than Ducati ever thought of.
Yes.
Kawasaki as a whole is a way bigger company than Ducati ever
I think
thought of.
Volkswagen's bigger than both of them.
And Volkswagen
Because you got to
owns-
remember, Volkswagen owns Lamborghini, Bugatti, Audi, and then Lamborghini
All the German
owns
companies.
Ducati.
So Ducati is owned by Volkswagen.
Yes, so technically, if you run it all the way back, Ducati
they
is
got
a
some money.
subsidiary of Volkswagen.
They got some money to throw.
Yeah, so
Depends on how much money Honda wants to throw. I
so
don't
yeah,
know.
so we'll go there. Honda's
Hey, you know who's winning in all this?
the Lawrence brothers.
Lucas Myrtle.
Oh yeah. But anyway, yeah. But so I think they pay Roxon $2-3 million next year to premiere that bike in 25, and then I believe in 26 they sign both Lawrence brothers to huge deals. I'm talking $5 million plus a piece.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not on board with that. But
A year?
Yeah.
I'm not on board with that. At
I
all.
don't know about all that, but it'd be interesting. I wish the sport would be more transparent about numbers, but
All right, let's start talking. Let's go with Hunter.
Oh, we'll
let's
find
go with
out.
Hunter
Don't you
first.
worry. Okay, so Hunter, top 5 guy all year.
so
Better in Supercross or better in outdoors?
I don't know.
I think with Hunter, I think Hunter will be battling all season with Justin Cooper, kind of in that area.
That's where you think he's gonna fall, huh?
I think him and Cooper will go at it, maybe slightly better. For the sake of racing and being a fan, I hope he is a step up and can battle with his brother Jett, because as a fan, the storyline of brother versus brother, like how's it going to go into the last corner, like all the suspense and build up around that. For the sake of a fan, I hope that happens. I hope he is slightly better than the Justin Cooper kind of thing. And in the end of it, it's just going to make Myrtle's wallet fatter. But Paris, I really wasn't surprised at Paris. People were like, "Oh my God, he's hauling." But I watched that first press day video, and he passed the eye test for me. It was just like, man,
Yeah.
he looks almost better than Jett did. So, as of right now, I see him in that Cooper area. I honestly believe that he could prove me wrong and be better than that. But these guys both are on the VRM bandwagon the way they ride. Like, if something goes wrong, Hunter is still just going to put in his laps consistently and get to wherever he needs to be on that night.
Did you watch the Red Bull video with him, Jett, and Jace the other day, where they're competing? I can't remember what.
Yeah,
it's
Hunter
called.
kicked Jett's ass and everything. So, I don't know. I think he'll be a lot better than what people expect.
He was a lot better in Paris than what I thought he would be.
I
So
really
that's
wasn't
what makes
super
me
surprised.
think he's going to be better. That's what improved, because otherwise I would agree with you. I would say, a 6 to 9 guy going into the year. But after
Paris holds no weight for me.
but it's not a lot of weight. It's just okay, he can actually, because Paris now has grown into a legit enough track that it's like, okay, they're racing Supercross there. Like, it's not some of these it's not like, the WSX round in Abu Dhabi or whatever, where it's like, oh, that's like an arena cross track or whatever. It's like a legit Supercross track. And how he raced over both nights against his brother and Ken and everything, I'm just like, whew, okay, that's much better than anticipated in my mind. In my mind, I thought, okay, he'll be good, but I could have seen him being very much more, say, a Webb-ish person in Paris there. And the fact that he was not, He could run the pace. He could stick with those guys. He, you know, his racecraft's super fucking good. I went, okay, all right. Well, he's going to be slightly better than anticipated. Now, don't get me wrong. I still have the bet going on with Coach Rob that Jett is going to be better than Hunter by the end of the season. That was a stupid bet on Coach Rob's part, but whatever. Love you, Coach, but you're an idiot.
Bang,
But
bang.
he's very high on Hunter, or he was much higher when I made that bet. But anyway, but I see him being a top 5. Like, so there's, in my mind, there's a big 5 for the year. Okay, you've got Jett and Hunter, Eli, Webb, and Chase. Those are your big 5.
Hang
Those
on,
aren't your big 5.
Say that again. Say that again.
Big 5: Jett and Hunter, Eli, Chase, and Webb.
Who's he missing?
Kenny.
Yeah.
Taking Kenny over Webb at this point.
Every round,
Yeah.
all year.
Yeah.
All right, so let me get into let me get into Hunter.
Yeah,
Okay,
So-
fine. Call it a big 6. Put Kenny in there too.
I don't think
That's
there's
fine.
a big 6. I don't think there's even a big 5, to be honest with you. But
The big 6 with the big sticks.
I think there's a big 3, and then there's everyone else.
Okay.
As far as Hunter goes, I don't disagree with anything you guys said. The only thing that I am worried about, and it's crazy to think because we're coming off of 2 titles on 250s, is what's it going to be like when things aren't going right? Where's
Great
his
question.
where is his mental? Because we've said this, and once again,
With Hunter?
with Hunter,
Yeah.
before this year, which maybe this is the point where it's just not a thing anymore. He just did win 2 titles, and he was in a battle at the end of Outdoors 250s. Granted, some things happened for that battle to happen, but he was in a battle. You know, Hunter's biggest thing was what was his mental side of things when things were going wrong. What is he going to be like when the nights where, let's just face it, we know there's nights where he's just not going to be fast enough to be top 5.
I think he's going to be fine.
Or that's my question mark is, or what's it going to happen to when Barsha decides to be Barsha and fucking tee him up in a corner and rattle his cage a little bit? Because we all saw, even though Hunter took care of it real quick, him and Thrasher last year.
Forkner.
Or Forkner. So agree with everything you guys said. Totally. No, I don't disagree with either one of you guys' points at all. My biggest thing is, what's his mental side going to be when things aren't going right? Because don't get it twisted. At some point this year,
What about
things aren't going to go
what
right.
about the SMX rounds with him? Because obviously that first round didn't go good for him or Jett. I agree with what you're saying, but it didn't go well. But then he bounces back in Chicago and
But he didn't. But ultimately,
rides super well.
Ultimately,
so.
it didn't matter though, because look what
Well,
happened in.
I
No,
understand,
no,
but
I
I'm just
agree.
saying,
Yeah.
like you're talking like what happens
But
when
that's
things
on.
don't go
But
well.
that's
Well,
in the 250s though. This,
Charlotte didn't fucking go well.
This
at
is
all. I don't know.
250s though. That's
And he
two,
bounced back in Chicago.
That's 250s though. It's
So-
not. We're dealing with a whole different thing.
I
now.
understand. Yeah.
So agree with both you guys' points. Literally 100%. I don't disagree with anything either you guys said. My just question mark is mental side. If you tell me mentally he's fine, it's gonna be like 250s, top 5 all year long.
I think he's been in the trenches enough in his career to where he can, as long as he's not hurt and broken and does have a bad night, bouncing back won't be a big
But
deal.
it's been a
so
few
either.
years now, though, since he's not been used to winning or being the one of the guys. Even when Jett was whooping his ass in 2021 and J-Mart was beating him, he was still known as a title threat.
Yeah.
He's not going to be a title threat this year. He's not even probably going to be a title threat next year.
But I think he knows that.
Do you?
I think he's comfortable enough with himself.
Do you?
And I think both of those boys have enough vets around them to give them the mentality.
Yeah.
Both of
I
these
just-
guys, I think, are more mature beyond their years as far as like being grounded. I think the people around them are like keep them grounded.
That's my only question mark.
Yeah.
I don't question, because I like Hunter. I don't have any question mark as far as his skill and his determination and his talent on the bike and his race IQ. It's just mentally, what's it going to be like for him when things aren't going right?
Yeah.
Where's he going to be? And if you tell me it's going to be like this year, 2023, where he won 250 titles, I'm like, okay, he's fine. He's going to be top 5 all year, and there's not going to be a question mark. But what's it going to be like when things go wrong, and if he just shows up, we're good.
I think he'll be able to bounce back.
And I hope you're right. I hope you're right,
Yeah.
because I do want to see him and Jett mix it up. I do
Yeah.
want to see him and Chase get into it. So
Okay. Let's move on to Jett here.
Jett.
First off, let me just say,
Jett.
rookie-
Jett.
So,
oh boy.
how crazy is this to think about? Wrap your head around this. A rookie
Okay.
yeah.
coming in. Have we ever had a guy this hyped in coming in?
450s?
Yeah.
Stu.
Stu.
Was this hyped?
Stu was more hyped than
Yeah.
this.
just came off a rookie 24-0 season.
Yeah.
Or,
Well, no, but
22-0, but
No.
people literally thought Stu and because I was a big Stu fan and I was
going to whoop Carmichael.
was going to beat Carmichael and all this.
Even
like,
I know this.
Yeah, like Stu,
Stu on that
Pastrana,
125 was insane.
Pastrana. I mean, yeah, like this is not taking anything away from Jett. Just to answer your question, yeah, I mean, we definitely had guys. We don't have any guy coming off an undefeated season outdoors.
This is
into
the
Supercross.
strangest thing, yeah, because he's
That's the strange
coming
part.
off an undefeated 450.
So that's why I don't say,
Well,
okay, he's
okay.
a rookie, but he's a rookie in Supercross. He's not
Yeah.
a rookie on a 450.
So here's where I'll go. I'm just going to flip the script a little bit on what Justin just said. I think the bounce back and the losing and figuring out how to lose needs to go Jett's direction. How is he going to bounce back when he has a shitty night?
We are fine. First off, we're not going to lose. We're going 17-0, baby. That's the first thing. Let's just go there.
All right, we're done with him.
I'm going to make a point right now that anytime he spews this dumb stuff, I'm just not even going to acknowledge it.
I'm going to say we're going to go 17-0 until we lose.
Listen, Jett is very...
And if that's at the first round, then I'll stop after A1. But if he wins A1, then you guys are fucked. Because until he loses, we're going 17-0.
Look,
Oh boy, here we go. Big yawns
no,
already.
no. Both of these guys are wise beyond their years as far as the racing goes. I think they play chess instead of checkers, both of them. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty crazy to think of when they're that age. So they've got that going for them. My biggest thing is just what's it going to be like when Jett loses, and what's it going to be like when he gets a bad start, because he has a target on his back. He's got some arrogance he's carrying with him now. A little bit of cockiness, a little bit of swagger.
We've got 2 450 titles already. We're doing well.
If you want to count the SMX title as a title now, I guess that's what we're doing.
It's in the books.
If he's coming through the pack and Barsha looks over his shoulder and sees Jett, he ain't laying up.
If you're anybody in Barsha's, it could be me, and Barsha would take me
Okay,
out.
poor example then.
Barsha would take me out, passing me on the third time he's lapping me.
Anderson.
Poor example. Anderson
Anderson.
looks over his shoulder and sees
I mean,
Jett.
Anderson already did it to him in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Not letting him by.
No.
These guys all see Jett in the rearview mirror, and they want to try that much harder, not let that dude by. Just because I think all the riders get this, and Kenny even kind of got it, but they just get this feeling that Jett thinks he's so much better than all those guys, and just kind of walks around with that arrogance.
Yep.
And that pisses him off.
The problem is he is, okay?
He's not so much better than
you go back to, and again,
Is he so much better than Tomac? No.
I think Sexton can run
Stop.
within
Okay.
speed-wise.
I'm not going to try to contradict myself, but he's not so much better than Tomac.
Jett does. Okay, so
I think
You
so.
doing stuff on a bike, that's not what we're talking
so
about.
we'll go back
I
to.
think Sexton can run with him, but
He
we'll
already
get
has
there.
proven he can.
All right,
We'll get there.
All right, you do. Let me know when it's my turn to talk.
I can't believe I'm at the point that as much as I've been an Eli Tomac opposite person, that I'm defending him in the sense, but for you to say that Jett is so much better than Eli is the biggest disgrace to Eli, because Jett is not on the Mount Rushmore yet. Could he one day? Of course. He probably will.
But
Eli's
not yet.
already done shit that Jett can't. Jett is aspiring to do what Eli is. Eli has been the best dirt bike racer in the world for how many years in a row now? Jett has one perfect season outdoors on a 450. Fucking awesome. He killed it. He was clearly best.
Eli Tomac can't even imagine going 24 now. I heard it in an interview.
But I ask you this question again.
So who's really
when
looking
we
up
were,
to who
When we
here?
were talking about this in Chicago, we were talking about this on the way back from Chicago. Jett is doing it in a different way that we've never seen. He's using his brain more. He's so fluid on the bike. He's
Vet rider mentality.
Yeah. I ask you
The vet rider mentality, but here's the
I ask
problem.
you this. Hold
He
on.
is- okay.
Could you ever see Jett going 2015 Eli Tomac speed? No. Jett doesn't ride like Eli. If Eli Tomac from 2015 showed up in 2023 outdoors, and the guy that rode before he got hurt and lawn darted himself in the ground of Thunder Valley, Jett would get beat by 35 seconds.
Yep.
So that's why I say that Jett is so much better than Eli.
But Jett would win the last 18 motos.
If you
after
can
Eli
say, if you want to say that
himself.
Jett is better than Chase, cool. He just proved it for an entire summer.
Yeah.
Jett has not proven that he's better than Eli.
Not yet.
So he's not better than Eli. And he's got to win a fuck ton more titles to even be in that realm. He's got one. How many does Eli have?
He's got 2.
No, I'm talking about 450 titles.
He's got 2.
He's got way more than 2 450
He's got
titles.
three in a row outdoor.
I'm talking about Jett's got 2. So
Jett has 1.
He's
You
got
literally
2?
just said the SMX shit doesn't count. Nobody cares about
but
it.
now I need
So
it
now
for
you're
my points.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna say 2. All right, look.
You
here's
fucking
here's
liberal.
the thing, okay?
Hang on, he wants to talk.
Yeah, I want to
Hang
talk.
on, he wants to talk.
Let me fucking
All right, go.
speak.
All right, go
here.
ahead.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Fuck you guys. All right. So here we go. So here's the thing. All right. He look. Oh my god.
Just go ahead. Go ahead.
So I had heard last year on, and again, this is because I listened to too much shit. I had heard last year on one of AJ's podcasts talking about you guys are never gonna believe the shit that Jett does on a bike.
Yep, heard this.
On the practice track or whatever. He's like, dude, he's scrubbing things in a rhythm section that you shouldn't scrub. Like it's unreal, like the amount. And I heard that and I was like, okay, this is great, like awesome. And I talked about it, but until I saw it at LA, I didn't really think it. But when I saw him at LA do that, whatever the fuck it was, 4 on, 5 on, whatever,
That
and
very
he was
Stu-esque.
and he was 20 feet lower than what anybody else was going through there, I went, holy shit, this is what AJ was talking about. And then you watched him do, at 1.2, he did the triple and was, I don't even know how much lower than everybody else. So when you watch him do stuff like that, okay, and he has the vet rider mentality. The thing is, he has the vet rider mentality, yet he could still do this stuff that he is so much faster than everyone else that it's unreal.
There was a
I
guy
also
at that
watched
LA
Chase.
race.
I also watched Chase before he hit the ground walk away from him.
I mean, Chase was beating him.
I-
And Jett even said, this is from the horse's mouth, because you brought it up. Jett even went back to the truck and goes, outside of going onto the table, he asked Chase, where are you making up time, dude?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way. And Chase goes, oh, there's places.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then we watched Chase literally walk away from Jett.
I will say
So,
this
like-
is one thing that I think that Jett has to work on in his Supercross skills, because outdoors, obviously, we were
Yes.
perfect. I think he needs to improve corner speed.
So
I
this is
think
why I believe.
if you get him where he has corner speed that makes us go, oh shit, which I don't know that I've ever seen out of Jett. Jett's always fast, but I don't know that even myself that I've ever seen Jett do corner speed like Deegan in Houston there, where we all went, holy
You mean where
fucking
he's
shit.
horizontal?
yeah, yeah.
Where he literally had the forks bottomed out.
I've seen J-Mart do some shit like that, but I've never seen Jett.
it from Jett. But if Jett, I mean, obviously they're all smart down there, and if they know that and he works on that and he gets to that point, then they're really, really in trouble. But I still think they're in trouble because I think he can go the speed. Like, he is... We also watched Tomac last year with Chase, okay? So, and Tomac obviously didn't have much for Chase before Chase would tuck the front. Like, we can all agree on that. Like, Tomac did not have the raw
he had the
speed
points
Chase
lead.
did. I know he did.
Eli,
but
I
again,
still
that's
stand
because
by-
Chase gave up 87 points.
Yeah, I also stand by the point that Eli got to a point in that season. He had such a big points gap talking about the VRM. I guess we're going to say this a lot this year. Eli looked at it and goes, why would I need to beat this kid when two things are going to happen? Either A, he's going to tuck the front and he's going to hit the ground and I'm going to beat him anyway. Or B, all right, I get second tonight. I still have decent amount of points. I lose 3. And then guess what? I go beat him next weekend.
But he's not going to have that with Jett.
Jett's
Like, 'cause
not going to
Jett's
have
not gonna
Jett's
tuck
not
the
going to
front.
have a race against Eli like he did with Chase where he's going to make Eli make a mistake. Eli's not going to make the mistakes that Chase did outdoors. If you fully believe that Eli is going to do what Chase did, you're high.
No.
Eli doesn't make Chase mistakes. Eli doesn't make mistakes anymore. He made one mistake early in the year when he hit the hay bales, and then what happened later on? He ended up winning, 2-3 in a row?
Yeah, he won a lot.
So,
yeah.
that's the difference between him and Chase is Jett is not... So you say that Eli's not going to be able to do to Jett what Chase did? Totally right. Flips too. Jett's not going to have a situation where Eli's closing up on him, and then he's going to rush a pass, and then all of a sudden he's going to tuck the front, or he's going to cross run, or he's going to get the deck or whatever. Eli's not going to make the pass, and he's going to go, all right, cool, bro. Like, I don't got it tonight. You're faster than me. Or I'm going to hang back. I'm going to watch what you're doing, pick up on your lines, and guess what? I'm going to implement my style. I'm going to make those lines work for me in a way that is conducive to getting around you. And he's either going to pass him, or they're going to battle, and Jett's going to beat him. But guess what? Eli still didn't let him walk away.
I'll be honest. I think you're going to see a lot of races where Jett does not lead the entire race this year because he is... I'm pretty sure I heard this somewhere where he had mentioned that he doesn't like leading the entire race because he can't see what they're doing.
No, you're totally right.
So
but once again,
think they're
he's
going
not,
to. So I think
Eli's
they're going to take that into account, and I think he's going to run second, third a lot of nights
But
until
he's not-
the last 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden you're going to see Jett go.
Where's
right by
he?
people.
Where's he going to just walk away from Eli?
Dude,
This is it, Chase. If you were saying
where did
just,
he walk away from Chase all summer? I don't fucking know.
It was
He's
Chase,
a fucking freak of nature.
do you see what I'm trying to say there?
I understand what you're saying.
So if this was just a Chase Sexton argument, I honestly really couldn't have an argument because there is no argument. But Eli's not Chase Sexton.
like Eli's going to be a much tougher opponent for him, in
So
my opinion,
Jett-
than Chase,
so-
unless they have that bike completely figured out and he's not tucking the front. However,
to piggyback off his comment then with the losing, what's he going to do where his normal way of winning races doesn't work? Then what's going to happen? Because
Okay,
and
answer
I would
this
give
question.
Jett all this credit in the world. Jett hasn't known what it's like to lose consistently.
Okay.
Because obviously he's lost races
Yeah.
consistently since 2020, right?
Yeah,
2020.
what do you
if he
think he's
loses
gonna-
3-4 in a row?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't see it. Jett's consistent speed, I believe, is faster than Chase's. And we all saw last year that Chase is
Outdoors.
Chase
Chase is faster outright Supercross.
I think Chase can go faster indoors.
Yeah, I totally agree. Now, does he do it for a whole main? That's a different
Do
question.
you think? Let me ask you this, because we all can agree that after watching Tomac last year, Tomac beast mode, at least indoors, was not really a thing, right?
I don't think
only
it's
when
really
he wanted
ever
it to
been a
be?
thing.
What happened to A1?
I guess A1 he was
Houston,
really good.
Houston.
But the rest of the year we didn't see it though.
Houston. What happened? What happened in the night where he was out front? What race was it that Barsha got hurt and Eli was just walking away from everybody? And then he got 10 minutes in and he goes, Chase, you can have it. I don't need to win this race. And Chase goes around him and we're going, oh my God, like Chase is so much faster.
Yeah,
Then
that
you look at
was,
the lap times and you go, no, he actually wasn't.
That was Nashville.
Yeah, Nashville. So I get what you're saying, but I still stand by the point that when Eli wants to still go beast mode or whatever we call it these days, Eli can still go beast mode. He just doesn't have to anymore.
Look, here's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to stop the Jett 17-0 till we lose.
And that's fine.
Okay.
And that's fine. You
and
don't
if
have
it's
to.
the first round, then I'll stop after the first round. But right now, I'm going to go 17-0.
I'm just going to piggyback off what Cole said, and I'm going to agree to the fact what's going to happen when the normal way of Jett winning doesn't work on a guy like Eli, that we talk about the way Jett is mentally. Eli's been doing this shit before Jett even was riding the fucking big bike.
I think it's zero problem.
We'll find out.
I mean, I know we're going to.
Yeah.
We will probably. Well, maybe depends. If he wins all 17, then we won't because
Well,
then he just knows winning. But
we're gonna find out.
I don't think with the team he has around him, which includes his father and his brother, I don't think it's an issue.
Team
We'll see.
HRCL.
Yeah,
We'll see.
Team
He got
there.
pissed
Not an
off
issue.
quite a few times on the 250s, even when he was winning. A la
but
McAdoo.
but that's because I feel like he felt, especially in that case, that he was so much better than all
it's
those
still
guys.
getting a temper
so
tantrum.
to lose there was like, okay, I think if he loses to Chase or he loses to Eli in the 450 class here, he just goes, those guys are really fucking good. Like it's not a shock.
Yeah.
Or it's not like the end of my
Well, there
world.
was the-
Losing to McAdoo versus losing to Tomac are two completely
You're not
different
wrong. You're not
things.
wrong.
Sorry, but the Roxon deal in Chicago too. It's almost like he was afraid to lose, so he built this whole like bullshit thing that he couldn't dig himself out of about letting him
Maybe.
back.
I don't know. I think he's really fucking stupid in math, to be
Yeah,
honest
I think you
with
should never try to do math on
I
a
don't
dirt
think
bike
so
ever
either.
again.
I think
I don't know. He did say 1 + 1 = 1 million,
Yeah.
bitch.
But he's gonna
that was
he's gonna
good math there.
He's gonna win. He's gonna win a lot of races. He's gonna be in the title hunt. Like plain and simple, he's one of the three guys. Like I still stand by. And you're probably right. I have to see it first. What's gonna happen when he loses a couple in a row? If it happens, how does he deal with it? He's probably gonna be fine because he's Jett Lawrence. It's one of those things I have to see, and then when we see it and he proves that he's fine, then we'll go from there.
All right.
Because I have no reason to believe that he can't figure it out. Because he's obviously figured out everything else in his career.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right. Hey, so I'm just gonna tell you, I need you to put some weight back on because you're much more fun when you're fired up.
Dude, so your mental's been changing too then,
Yeah.
in a good way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, it's not as good for the show, so I need you to put some weight back
Oh,
on.
my God.
You want to go to Cheesecake Factory after this?
Never. I wouldn't touch that shit with a 10-foot pole.
Really?
No.
You don't like Cheesecake Factory?
I don't eat sweets.
Oh, well, that's lame.
God, I love sweets.
Me too. That's why we look the way we do, and he's lost 70 pounds.
Oh, my God.
That's why he looks
All
like
right.
he's gonna go down to campus and just slay.
Probably. All right, let's move on here.